Because the Gangotri Temple Committee has taken an important decision to maintain the religious sanctity and traditions of Gangotri Dham. They say that they've decided to ban the entry of non-Hindus into the shrine. This decision will be applicable not only at Gangotri Dham but also Mukhpa. Soon after, the Badrinath Kedarnath Temple Committee decided to pass the same proposal, which means that only Hindus may soon be allowed to enter the centuries-old Badrinath and Kedarnath temples nestled in the lap of the Himalayas in Uttarakhand. The temple body managing these shrines has announced that non-Hindus will be barred from entering the two temples that are part of the Char Dham pilgrimage circuit.
देखिए, श्री केदारनाथ जी और श्री बद्रीनाथ धाम कोई पर्यटक स्थल नहीं है। ये सनातन परंपराओं का एक सर्वोच्च आध्यात्मिक केंद्र है। यहाँ प्रवेश का प्रश्न नागरिक अधिकार का नहीं है, बल्कि एक धार्मिक आस्था का केंद्र है।
Meanwhile, Hindu groups including VHP have hailed the decision, reiterating that Badrinath Kedarnath temple panel stand. The VHP states, and I quote, only those who have faith in the temple should enter the premises. Those who do not believe in idol worship should avoid visiting temples. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami also stated that temple committees play a key role in managing the Char Dham Yatra, while the government's role is merely supportive. He stated that all stakeholders will be heard in this regard.
हमारी जानकारी ये है कि गंगोत्री शहर में इस तरह का प्रतिबंध लगाने की बात नहीं है। मंदिर के सिंह द्वार से मंदिर परिसर में वही लोग जाएं जो मां पर विश्वास करते हैं, क्योंकि मंदिर अम्यूजमेंट पार्क नहीं है, वो टूरिस्ट स्पॉट नहीं है।
उसमें हमारा बहुत स्पष्ट मत है, पहले से ही हमने कहा है कि चूंकि जितने भी ये धार्मिक स्थल हैं, जो भी हमारे पौराणिक स्थल हैं, हमारे देव स्थान हैं, इन स्थानों को देखने वाले, उनका संचालन करने वाले वहाँ के सभी हमारे जो धार्मिक संगठनों के लोग हैं, तीर्थ सभा के लोग हैं, गंगा सभा के लोग हैं, केदार सभा के लोग हैं, बद्री केदार मंदिर समिति के लोग हैं, हमारा पूज्य संत समाज है, वो सब जो भी चूंकि वही उसका संचालन करते हैं, हमने कहा है कि उनकी जो भी उसमें राय होगी या जो उनका मत होगा उसके अनुसार ही सरकार आगे बढ़ेगी।
The opposition has been quick to attack the central government for this decision. Former Uttarakhand CM and senior Congress leader Harish Rawat has accused the BJP, giving the matter a political spin. Singing the same tune, several India bloc leaders called it an attempt to polarize society ahead of polls.
अब ये नया रिवाज चला है, लगता है चुनावी एजेंडे में और कोई मुद्दे रह नहीं गए हैं, तो इसलिए ये नए तरीके के एजेंडे इजाद किए गए हैं।
Why are they doing this? They are simply trying to divide the people. Elections are coming and again they want to play the same old Hindu-Muslim card.
ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग आज किसी और के लिए कह रहे हैं, कल हमारे लिए कहेंगे। तो ये नफरत फैलाने का जो इनका तरीका है, ये दरार डालने का जो तरीका है, जो इनका डिवाइड करने की पॉलिटिक्स है, यूपी में भी हारी लोकसभा में, बंगाल में भी इस बार हारने जा रहे हैं ये लोग।
Viewers, this is not the first time that non-Hindus are banned from entering temples. Let me take you through where all this ban is already in place. Now, first and foremost is the Jagannath temple in Puri, which is of course in Orissa, where also there is a similar ban. There is also of course the Sri Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum, where there is a similar ban on entry of non-Hindus. The Guruvayur Sri Krishna temple in Kerala also has a similar ban on non-Hindus. As far as the Kashi Vishwanath temple is concerned in Varanasi, UP, non-Hindus are banned from the Sanctum Sanctorum. The Lingaraj temple in Bhubaneswar similarly has a kind of ban as far as the entry of non-Hindus are concerned. So certainly not the first time it's happening, but are there other larger political considerations as far as the timing is concerned? That's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us for more, we have Kumar Japinder Singh, who's a spokesperson of BJP. With us also is Tushar Gupta, political analyst. Joining us is Tehseen Purawala, political analyst. Tariq Khan, national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, is with us. We also have Professor Atikur Rahman, political analyst, joining us. Tehseen Purawala, there is a precedent of a similar ban as far as various temples are concerned. I just read out a long list of them. If there is already such a provision that exists in certain places of worship, why would anybody object to the similar sort of enforcement happening at Kedarnath, Badrinath, at Haridwar, which are, of course, amongst the holiest places in Hinduism?
Sure. Good evening to you. Very, very happy Republic Day to you, to all my fellow panelists, all the viewers of Times Now, and to your families. May we continue to flourish as a constitutional democracy. Look, Madhav, I am born in the Muslim family, Parsi Muslim family. I am a big worshipper of Bhagwan Shiva. I do a lot of Tantra, and I have got the privilege of going to Kedarnath, also to Mahakal, etc. I think it is wrong to compare the great way of life Hinduism to Abrahamical faiths or other things. Some temples, like for example, Sabrimala or Kamakhya Devi, Mata Kamakhya Devi's temple during certain periods, have certain restrictions to do with practices. I personally feel there must be a code of conduct, like people who make reels, cheap reels, those should not be allowed, a dress code should be enforced, but to stop people from coming. I mean, I personally believe, I've been so privileged that I get to go there to get blessings there. Why would you want to restrict somebody is my limited point. Have code of conduct, have rules, have certain criteria. But I don't think the great faith of Hinduism can be compared to Abrahamical religion. I have one more point to add. Let's say that tomorrow we have a Jain prime minister or a Buddhist prime minister, born only religions born in India, or a Sikh prime minister, and they want to go and get darshan at Kedarnath or Badrinath. Are we going to stop them? I'm just asking this because this is the Indic way of life. And I feel that it does not, the Abrahamical religion argument does not hold true.
Okay, let me bring in the BJP on that. Kunwar Japinder Singh, I'd like you to respond to that. Are we closing these places down? These are big places where, people of different faiths can go, they can worship, and this is the Indic way of life, says Tehseen Poonawala. Why should we be closing it and comparing it to Abrahamic faiths? After all, the argument that keeps on coming regularly from BJP and others is that India is secular because Hindus are secular. Ekam Vipra Bhauda Bhavanti is the quote that is repeatedly, cited. So the larger question that I'd like you to come in on this, Kunwar Japinder Singh, is that why should there be a comparison made to other faiths? Jawab dijiye.
First, happy Republic Day to all of you. We need permission from the panel since a large number of people associated with Sanatan Dharma. So we will also be addressing this in Hindi. So then definitely, if we are trying to continue these all Sanatan things, so then what is the Thuk Jihad and why? तो then ठीक है, आज हम सब लोग बैठ के इस पर चर्चा करेंगे, लेकिन क्या कभी किसी हिंदू तीर्थ यात्री को मक्का में जाकर दर्शन करने की इजाजत मिली, या मुस्लिम्स पिलग्रिम्स हिंदू कम्युनिटी के लिए ओपन हुए हैं? सदियों बरसों से नहीं हुए हैं. तो वेयर बी रॉन्ग? तो अगर आज देवभूमि के अंदर बद्रीनाथ, केदारनाथ, गंगोत्री, यमुनोत्री में अगर ये कहा जा रहा है, तो ये हमारे मुस्लिम ब्रदर्स को भी सोचना चाहिए कि ठीक है, अगर सनातन की भावनाएं आहत होती हैं तो हम लोगों को सनातन के सम्मान में ये डिसीजन लेना चाहिए कि ठीक है, हम हिंदू तीर्थ स्थानों की तरफ नहीं जाएंगे, और जब वहां यात्रा चलेगी तो हम वहां ऐसा कोई काम ना हो, हमारे समाज पे उंगली ना उठे, तो हम इसके लिए रेडी हैं. तो वेयर इज प्रॉब्लम?
Where is the problem? Tariq Khan, respond. If this is a similar yardstick that is used in other places of worship, why should Hindus not be able to protect their places of worship and their Sanatan way of life? Respond to what is being stated by BJP spokesperson.
Listen, I'll talk about India. Okay, there has been many of the shrines where Hindus regularly goes. If we talk about India, and that we call Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb. Suppose tomorrow some of the prime minister of other country will come who is not a Hindu. So what you'll say? You'll say you'll not take you. This is the way you will become, or you are approaching towards Vishwa Guru. This should be the way. Means we should sincerely look at the thing. What is happening? You say Hindus are still secular, but BJP don't want them to remain secular. Why? They always they always want to present means a picture where communal angle will be there. This is against the spirit of India. Spirit of India is Ras Khan. Spirit of India, Ustad Bismillah Khan, who जो रोज गंगा में नहाते थे और उसके बाद मंदिर में जाकर, मंदिर में ही goes to temple और वहां रियाज करते थे. Now this is what we whole world knows about India, and Bismillah Khan जो कि आजादी के टाइम पे भी शहनाई बजाए थे. every in not only in India, in whole world, means अगर उनकी कहीं आत्मा होगी,
okay,
he must be very sad. He must be very
let's get a response. Tushar Gupta, the Indian way of life is very complicated. There are examples of secularism, there are examples of faith, and these are all very personal issues. And therefore, I think the SP spokesperson has a point where he cites the role of Ustad Bismillah Khan, somebody who, of course, is respected across the country. And if he was actually someone who respected faiths, and it's across faiths. That there is, for instance, Yeshudas, who's the biggest, he's a Christian, but he's a devotee of Lord Ayyappa and visits the Sabrimala temple in Kerala regularly. So there are several such examples cutting across faith. Are we going to deny such persons also entry to our temples with such a decision? And is that agreeable?
You know, the BJP spokesperson before me gave an example of Makkah and Medina, where non-Muslims are prohibited from entry. What is the reason that is cited? To preserve the sacredness and the holiness of the site. Now, the temples in question are not public property. They are managed by trusts, they are managed by committees. And even though the government has a control over their revenues, they are at the end of the day not public property. So can they form rules prohibiting someone from entering the premises? Yes, they can. Now, Tariq Khan made a very good point about India's secularism, about the way of life in India. My problem is, where does this way of life go when the question of uniform civil code comes up, when the question of triple talaq comes up, when the question of no personal laws for any community comes up, when the question of Citizenship Amendment Act comes up? You want hijab in schools, you want personal laws, you want a religion-based reservation, which is against the idea of India, which is against our secularism. But when it comes to temple entry, oh, we are secular. Let not defeat the idea of India. This hypocrisy is what I have a problem with. Is there any person, a non-Hindu on this panel, who's willing to say that yes, any religious site anywhere in the world should not prohibit entry for anyone from any religion? And then yes, we can have the same rule, the same criteria for these temples also? Everything cannot be justified, Madhav, in the name of secularism and the idea of India. If you want to pursue the idea of India, pursue it 100%. Say on this panel, Tariq Khan, UCC is something that is required. Religion-based reservation is not required. Personal laws
Selective
cannot supersede the
interpretation.
constitutional laws.
Selective interpretation of the idea of India. If you truly believe that, why not support moves like UCC? Respond to that.
These right wingers, they talk about means कि Islam are those who are hardliners. Okay, they always say that countries which follow Islam, they are hardliners. So you are saying that these countries are not allowed non-Muslim to go there. You want to become exactly those hardliners? Now you should accept that we just want to.
UCC और personal law की बात करेंगे, छोड़िए बात
Let me complete.
मैं भारत देश की बात कर रहा हूँ.
उसको नहीं छोड़ना.
आप बताइए, स्कूल में हिजाब होना चाहिए, रिलीजन बेस्ड रिजर्वेशन होनी चाहिए, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड होना चाहिए या नहीं?
आपकी हिपोक्रेसी क्या है, मैं ये बता रहा हूँ. आप ये
अरे मैं तो आपकी हिपोक्रेसी की बात कर रहा हूँ साहब. आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया क्या है? आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया ये है कि स्कूलों में हिजाब होगा.
आप हिंदू तालिबान
आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया ये है कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड नहीं होगा. आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया ये है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल लॉ आर नाउ गोइंग टू बी सुपरसीडेड.
Gentlemen, let's go one by one.
चाहते हैं ना, पहले आप इसका जवाब दे दीजिए, मैं भी आपकी जवाब दूंगा. आप हार्डलाइनर बताते हैं कि वहां पर हिंदुओं को नहीं जाने देते. ठीक है, वो हार्डलाइनर मैं मानता हूं, उनको अलाउ करना चाहिए कि सभी को जाने दें. आप भी यही करना चाहते हैं. आप इस्लामिक हार्डलाइनर की तरह हिंदू हार्डलाइनर बनना चाहते हैं. मान लीजिए, मैं आपकी बात का जवाब दूंगा.
तारिक जी, आपको जितने सवाल पूछने बीजेपी प्रवक्ता से या तुषार जी से, you can ask as many questions as you want, but at least answer the question. Should concepts such as UCC not be brought in? They are there, the directive principles of state policy in our constitution.
You want India to be a Hindu Taliban or not? Yes or no?
How is UCC a Hindu Taliban?
No, I'm not talking about UCC. You are saying that why people
That is the question that Tushar asked you. He asked you a simple question that
Why
where does this
non-Muslim-
Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb go when
Why-
concepts
why
such as UCC are brought in? That's exactly the point he's making.
Why non-Muslims are not allowed in Makkah and Medina? I'm talking about those things. You are talking about UCC. मैं कुछ और बात कर रहा हूँ. आप कह रहे हैं नहीं allow करते हैं. I am saying that was wrong. उनको allow करना चाहिए. ठीक? You are doing the same thing. They are hardliner. अब आप हिंदू hardliner बन रहे हैं. क्या हो गया विश्व गुरु
Okay. Tushar, quick response. One by one, please. One by one. Tushar first, and then go across to Professor Atikur Rahman.
तारिक भाई आपकी बात मान ली. Let's not take the way of hardliners. Now will you say कि स्कूल में हिजाब नहीं होना चाहिए, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड होना चाहिए, that personal laws should not supersede the constitutional law? आप बात करिए.
पहले आप ये कहिए कि यहाँ पर जो ये हो रहा है, ये जो बैन हो रहा है, ये गलत है, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. आप कहिए.
तारिक खान कभी ये बात नहीं बोलेंगे. This is the hypocrisy I wanted to point out.
Okay.
Tarik Khan will stand for
Okay, gentlemen.
non-Muslims to temple, but he will never stand for the uniform civil
RSS
code.
के लोग हैं.
Let me come back to the issue at hand. Gentlemen, come on. Let me come back to the issue at hand. Professor Atikur Rahman, I want to ask you a very simple question. Now, this rule that exists, I'm coming to Japinder ji, I'm just coming to in a minute. Tarik Khan, before this, all these issues, what has been cited is a rule way back in 1916, where the Haridwar Municipal Act later in 1934 also codified it, and it's over there that in Har Ki Pauri and certain ghats, there is such a provision, legally speaking, for over 100 years. And this was done at that point of time in a bid to protect the tradition as far as Haridwar is concerned. Now, there may be colonial era laws, but the fact is it is encoded in the law, at least as far as Haridwar is concerned. Maybe not so for Gangotri and Badrinath Kedarnath. How do you answer that?
You can do that. But you will also be called a hardliner just like Muslim countries. Okay, you can do that. And the claim that Hindus are secular, that would be a false statement.
But that's the law of the land. Let me bring in Professor Atikur Rahman, please. Professor Atikur Rahman, if this is codified in law, then what is the debate?
So, Madhav, if you are saying that, since, so many years this was the rule, so the question arises why this time they need to put a board and declare that this rule exists since so many years and now this will be implemented. Madhav, I don't understand that why the other faith person, for example, a Muslim, will be entering a temple unless there is a reason.
So what is wrong
in this? Might be all these years
the
reason the other faith or the Muslims who are entering the temple. No, I don't have an objection. The objection is with Tushar and Mr. Kuwar ji. कुंवर जी, आपके इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए मैं आपको बता दूं कि मक्का एंड मदीना में क्या कभी आपने उनसे कहा कि मुझे आना है वहां पर, या कभी आपने लिखित रूप में वहां पर एप्लीकेशन डाली? Madhav, I can tell you only for myself that we in Mumbai are inviting all Hindus, all faith people in our mosques, in our dargahs. They have to come and see how we are doing our prayers.
No. You may be personally calling people to your mosque, but please tell me the case of any non-Muslim who has been allowed in Makkah, Medina.
So why have they tried?
Oh, because they have not tried, they are not allowed.
Refusing.
They have not tried, so they have not been allowed.
And the rigidity with the rigidity with Islam is with, you want to portray the same rigidity within Hinduism. Hinduism is not rigidity. Madhav, Hinduism is all inclusive.
Okay, Kuwar Japinder Singh, Hinduism is inclusive. You should be more flexible. Or one point that I will ask you, Kuwar Japinder Singh, is this: that जब कुंभ मेला होता है और बताया गया है कि when it comes to Haridwar, this is being done with the Kumbh Mela in mind. There are people from across the world who come in. Are you now going to stop foreign tourists also coming in because they have a different faith?
We are applying UCC in country interest, but then we are a Taliban. What a joke. We appreciate Mr. Gupta's word. आपने बड़े आराम से कह दिया कि आपने कभी मक्का मदीना के लिए हज के लिए कहा, तो हमारे हिंदुस्तान में रहने वाले मुस्लिम मौलाना जो इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं, आप एक बार कह के देखिए कि भाई हम हज के लिए नहीं आएंगे जब तक हमारे हिंदू भाइयों को हज के लिए परमिशन नहीं मिलेगी। है आप में हिम्मत? कहेंगे आप ऑन स्क्रीन? यहाँ खड़े होकर सब लोग कह सकते हैं कि जब तक हमारे हिंदुस्तानी भाई हज के लिए नहीं आएंगे, हम मुस्लिम हज के लिए नहीं आएंगे। आप भारतीय मुस्लिम हैं, भारतीय मुस्लिम हैं।
You just said nobody has asked.
करिए आप
अभी आपने कहा सर, you only said has anybody tried, has anybody asked? He's asking a counter question on that basis. It's a fair question.
That's what. No, No, this is not a counter question. This is whataboutery. What he is asking is whataboutery. I am pinpointing if King Salman refuses Mr. Modi to enter Makkah, then the rigidity of Islam is exposed. लेकिन आप अपनी rigidity क्यों expose कर रहे हो भाई? Hinduism is all about inclusivity.
Atikur Rahman, the problem is this. The problem is you want one set of people to remain hardline and the others should be, liberal and soft. That is not going to be an acceptable argument, sir, because obviously people will have objection. There have to be, charity begins at home. If you want reform in society or in a religion, then you have to start with your own also.
Who is Madhav? Madhav, Hinduism stands for inclusivity. What they are portraying is Hindutva.
Sir, everybody has a right to worship and a manner in which they want to worship. That's guaranteed by the Constitution. How are you going to dictate to others what they're supposed to do?
अरे भाई मैं आपसे कह रहा हूँ कि मैं श्रद्धा के साथ मंदिर आना चाहता हूँ. अरे भाई, अरे आप बताइए ना, मैं श्रद्धा के साथ मंदिर आना चाहता हूँ केदारनाथ में, तो आप मुझे रोकेंगे क्या? मेरी श्रद्धा है. तहसीन जी ने कहा
पहले आपको भगवान राम के चरणों में माथा टेकना होगा, अपने मुस्लिम भाइयों को दिखाना होगा कि मैं सनातन का सम्मान करता हूँ. देखिए, मैं मंदिर में भी जाता हूँ, मैं माथा भी टेकता हूँ, मैं तिलक भी लगाता हूँ, तो आपका स्वागत करेंगे, हम करेंगे मालाएं लेके.
Are you willing to worship in that manner? The question is asking you, Professor Atikur Rahman.
हम आपका स्वागत करेंगे.
One moment, please. Professor Atikur Rahman, answer that. You will have to follow all norms of worship in that case.
We have a program in Mumbai, Profit for All by Islam Gymkhana, wherein we invite the Hindus and other faiths to visit our mosques. आइए आप, और कोई कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट भी नहीं रहेगा. आप आइए अपनी ड्रेसिंग के अंदर, आप तिलक लगा के आइए.
I want Tushar to respond to that and then coming to you, Tehseen. Tushar.
पूजा पाठ कैसे?
I want to fact check the professor here, Atikur Rahman. He said if someone requests that they want to enter Makkah or Medina, a request can be made. The law states, the Saudi Arabian law states that if you're applying for the Hajj, if you're applying for the visa, a documentation needs to be attached which confirms from a religious authority that you are a practicing Muslim. If you falsify that documentation, that if I were to falsify that my faith is Muslim, that would be met with a penalty, with deportation or even imprisonment. So let's not make it sound that, a request can be made and rules can be bent. That is not how it happens. Number two, Atikur Rahman says unki shraddha hai. That's very well accepted. मेरा सवाल ये है, अगर आपकी मंदिर जाने की श्रद्धा है, आप देश के संविधान में विश्वास रखते हैं, सेक्युलरिज्म को पूछते हैं, यूसीसी, हिजाब इन स्कूल्स, इन सब पर ये सारा सेक्युलरिज्म, ये आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया कहाँ चला जाता है?
I want Tehseen to answer that question. And Tehseen, it is a fact. And who has brought in this particular law? It was brought in by Madan Mohan Malviya. Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, whose history with the Congress is very well known.
Okay. I think a lot of things have been said. Just let's get each thing in. Number one, about Mecca, Medina, and Saudi Arabia. All of us are Indians. We can speak about India. We can't change the law in another country. I wish we had the power. We can't. We can talk about mosques in India. I have a Hindu wife. She comes with me to whenever we go to mosques, including the mosques in Kashmir. There is no restriction, including on clothing. I am again born to a Parsi Muslim family. I go to Mahakal, I go to Kedarnath, I practice the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. मेरे गुरु मुझे केदारनाथ पे मिले. मैं पूरी श्रद्धा से जाता हूँ. अब आप बताइए कि आप किस बेसिस पे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करते हैं. अगर भारत में किसी मॉस्क में किसी हिंदू भाई बहन के साथ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हुआ, हम लोग यहां पर वादा करते कि वील स्टैंड विद देम. ये नहीं होना चाहिए भारत में. आप भारत की तुलना सऊदी अरेबिया से मत करो. भारत एक लोकतांत्रिक मुल्क है, सऊदी अरेबिया एक डिक्टेटरशिप है. आप भारत की मस्जिदों की तुलना और भारत के मंदिरों की तुलना करते, और अगर भारत की मस्जिदों में नहीं अलाउड है तो वो गलत है. तीसरी बात में आपकी कारण, जो लोग आते किसी भी धर्म के हो, मैं फिर से आपसे पूछता हूं, अगर कोई बौद्ध, कोई जैन, कोई सिख, जो धर्म भारत में जिनका अस्तित्व है और यहाँ पर जांच शुरू हुए, अगर वहां उस धर्म के कोई श्रद्धालु आते केदारनाथ, आप उनको भी रोकेंगे? अगर कोई फॉरेनर जो वहां से अमेरिका से भारत आता है और उसको केदारनाथ देखता है, उसको शिव जी बुलाते, आप उनको रोकेंगे? बताइए, भले किसी मान लीजिए अमेरिका रशिया में
Coach Japinder, there are two questions that he has asked. I want you to answer. What if tomorrow there's a PM of a different faith and they want to go to Kedarnath? Will they be barred? Point number one. Point number two. पिछले कुंभ मेला में हमने देखा the huge presence of people from across the world. Are we going to now prevent foreign tourists from attending the Kumbh Mela? Is that the plan? कोच जपिंदर, आवाज आ रही है आपको? आप दो सवाल आपके लिए.
Can you please explain me what is a Gazwa-e Hind and why? What is a split jihad and why always with Hindus, with not
Sir,
Muslims?
those are separate issues, sir. Let's not get into those issues here. There's no connection of that with what we are discussing. This is a very serious issue of faith and entering a place of worship.
माधवन जी, this is the main point. अगर ये सब चीजें ना हो, आप स्क्रीन पे बैठे चार लोग कहते हैं कि हम हिंदू और सनातन का सम्मान करते हैं, हम मान लेते हैं, हमने मान लिया, हम आपका स्वागत भी करते हैं.
But let me put that question in a different way. Tehseen, let me put that question in a different way. I'm not going to subscribe to those particular views that have been shared. But Tehseen, I will ask you this. Despite a court order, when in the Kartikeya Deepam case, devotees are saying, and they're approaching courts, and they're repeatedly asking various courts they're getting the orders in their favor. Despite that, the Deepam is not lit. Then who's going to protect the faith is a legitimate question that will be asked by the BJP and others. Tehseen.
The BJP will not protect anyone's faith. Hinduism, the greatest way of life on earth, doesn't need BJP to protect it. BJP is a tiny speck of dirt. However, I agree with one thing, that the culture out there must be protected, and anybody of any religion behaving like a chichora must be put to task.
Okay. Let's mind our language, please. Let's not start insulting others. Quick 30-second response from Tushar. Quick response, and then we have to close this debate. Tushar.
If Tehseen can give me an answer, let's have the entry of everyone, irrespective of their religion, to every place of worship in India. We can only speak for Indian places. Is he in agreement that no hijab in schools, no personal laws over constitutional laws, and yes to UCC right away? My simple question.
100% we should have UCC.
All right.
It is the BJP that doesn't want UCC.
All right. Let's leave it there, gentlemen. Kuwar Japinder Singh, Tushar Gupta, Tehseen Poonawala, Tariq Khan, Professor Atikur Rahman. Perhaps in the run-up to the elections, we haven't heard the last word yet on it. Very, very important, very, very sensitive issue. What really will we see happening on ground remains to be seen. Thanks so much for joining us in debate number 1.